يا رب العالمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم اغفر ذنوبنا، اللهم ارحمنا، اللهم ارحمنا عجلينا. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه، وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. For us, God suffices, and He is the best disposer of affairs. Okay, how are we going to practice this? Now it is your turn, Ahab, today. Can you please read one sentence and share what you understood from it? Starting from all of them said also through the insight of belief, one knows the existence of the absolute perfect one. The one who's absolutely beloved.
One knows the existence of the absolutely perfect one, the one who is absolutely beloved, and the innate, intense love for his essence is satisfied. And through perceiving,
you're supposed to talk about one sentence.
No, okay, satisfied. One sentence. Is it yours? This one?
No, this is
sisters. Okay, come. Inshallah. We are advised to sit this way. Now, concentrating on the methodology more. So, what did you understand from this sentence? This way. Or here.
take your cake.
What do we understand from this sentence? If you like, you can read again and again and again. I will question. Yeah, they are there. No?
Someone
you
sitting
can-
Take one. Take one.
We are advised to seek this sign. That's why I am emphasizing. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember what the previous paragraph was talking about, but
Concentrate on the sentence.
because the insight of belief, the word belief here, I guess, needs to be defined, but the part that I understand is that if you were to look within you, contemplate on the feelings that you have within you, you will feel that there is this there's a sense of perfection within you, within the way that you are built and made, and that has a source, and that source is perfect because you see that perfection in design, and because it's so personal, there is this feeling of attachment that is innate, that is just something that you can't ignore. It's something that you feel it and you want to somehow fulfill it. So that you feel that it's being used and that you are somehow complete because now you know where it belongs or where you should put that feelings or those feelings.
Okay, as far as this sentence is concerned, so what does this sentence say first?
Well, it says
Look,
that, you
through-
know from your belief that there's an existence of an absolute being.
How do we know that? Through
Through
the insight of belief.
right, I don't
Belief.
we were talking about the insight of belief.
So consciousness, belief consciousness, it means what in fact belief necessitates that you are aware of, or what the content of the belief or content of the belief should include in it. What do we mean by belief so that it will contain what?
Certainty.
Yeah, so certainty about what? All of us should concentrate on that. Certainty about what?
The existence of the absolutely perfect one.
Well, can we get the absolute, the certainty about the absolutely perfect one through insight of belief? Or does belief itself require this?
I thought it was a prerequisite to belief. Like the certainty comes before the belief.
Mm-hmm.
Or the belief is your conclusion, right?
Yeah. Belief is your conclusion. If you are not certain, you cannot conclude. So if you are certain that there is one who is perfect and who exists, so that is what the consciousness of belief must drive us or draw our attention to. Look, if you are sure that this machine has an engineer or there's a program, so if something goes wrong, don't hit the machine. Don't get angry with the machine. See whether the maker of this machine, engineer of this machine, is an intelligent person, knows what how the machine works and what you need, and he prepared the machine accordingly. If something is wrong, for example, first, if you are convinced that is not our subject today, if you are convinced that this machine is an engineer, now our concentration is today or from now on, consciousness of this conviction, awareness of this conviction will bring us to somewhere, will take us to somewhere. This way. Yeah. We are expected to sit on this side. That's why. Yeah. And offer this, whatever. So. We usually say, here. Can you please? This way, this side more. Let's okay, carry on now. Carry on. Consciousness of belief. We usually, general public are usually convinced that there must be a creator. Are we? We generally conclude that there must be a creator, right? The owner. If we are convinced about the existence of the owner, what is expected from us? To think about our conclusion. What it requires? What is the necessary result of it. Resulting that there must be a creator, there must be an owner. For example, we say that we are created, although it needs study, some sort of study, preparation, but in Saturday's halakha, we don't, Saturday's discussions, we don't concentrate on how we reached this conclusion, as if we passed that. So we say, what does it require now? What does our conclusion require now? Are you with me? Does it make sense?
So our conclusion requires consciousness afterwards.
Yeah, it means, what does it mean then, if there is a creator? What does it mean then for me? If I say this machine has an engineer, what does it mean? So if something goes wrong with the machine, for example, do I have any right to get angry with the machine?
No, but I can get angry at the engineer.
See, whether it is a mistake of the engineer or it is a mistake that you are dealing with the computer, there are two options, right? So pay attention. Whether you have done something wrong with the machine, yeah, if you spill coffee or tea on it, it doesn't work. So can you accuse the machine or engineer of the machine?
Yeah,
Why?
he could have made waterproof.
Waterproof. Yeah. I'm joking. But how about yourself? So as if everything must be so much secure that even I step on it and drive a car on it, it shouldn't be damaged. So now what is it to do with your having your free will? And your part of it, acknowledging that it is a gift to you. For example, one example, you have to, be respectful to the gift. So if the gift is given to you in order to appreciate the engineer, so you have to pay attention to it. While you are using, for example, if I type something wrong and nonsense things, can you accuse the engineer, why doesn't it make it correct? Autocontrol, autocorrection. For example, is there any end to it? So it is not really our subject, but we have to question this one, very simple. What belief in the Creator requires of us? I think there's a mistake. Okay. So, can you go to the text again? Through the insight of belief, one knows
the existence of the absolutely perfect one.
Okay, that's comma. One knows the existence of the, now, he doesn't say the creator. He doesn't say that there's an engineer. What does he say? Absolutely perfect one. So we have to question, we have to ask to ourselves whether do we have more copies here? So if you need more copies, yeah, we have more here, more than if anybody comes here. Okay. Yeah, absolutely perfect one. Are we sure that the owner of this universe is really absolutely perfect? Has he forgotten anything? Has he made anything wrong in the universe? As much as you know, as much as you know.
Can't really know.
Sorry, no, but
know if you forgot something? If something
no, as much as you know, in the existence of the things, as much as you know.
I mean, some people can argue that just the existence of diseases
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like Esma is working with children that have autism.
Mhm.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
someone could argue, well, that looks like
Yeah.
deficiency.
Yeah. The existence of, oh, for example, autism. In the existence of autism, do you think the maker of this disease or the child, the creator of this child, couldn't do it perfectly? That's why it is this person has autism, or that is the way he makes it.
We don't know. I can't answer this
Think about the existence of an, I don't know, any source of disease.
question.
Does it work on its own? Does it come into existence on its own,
No.
out of control? Do you think that don't we see that they are coming into existence in a
Okay.
of yeah perfectly, but is it disease? Here, here. But wouldn't you do you mind? So we are asked to read this way, to sit this way, that's why. Okay? Or here, wherever you like. So the existence of the things, a thing doesn't exist, now it exists. Whether in the form of a cell that I like or in the form of a cell that I don't like, but the existence of it. Is there any sign of the deficiency of the power or knowledge or other qualities of the creator as far as the things are coming into existence is concerned?
He created a perfect disease, right?
Yeah. So we need, let's make sure this. It is an ongoing argument. It's not a new argument. Of course, everybody argues that. We don't need, it is not our essential need it is not our essential need to have a healthy life. It is our essential human need that we need an eternal source of everything, but eternal. Not necessarily that there should be no illness. Although I don't like illness, I don't like diseases. That is also with me. I am created with it. I am created in a way that doesn't like illness. Why? I need eternity. So I don't need only that a life period. The alternative is this, which this life period is healthy, and I'll go into annihilation or total non-existence. But what I need, a one which gave me existence, which gave me this need to be eternal. I have to look for the source of eternity. I shouldn't look for the source of a healthy life and go into annihilation. As the source of eternity of the existence, that's what I need. That is why I am giving the alternative to search for it. If there was no alternative, to lose my health, to lose my life, to lose my existence, possibility, probability, I would never look for the eternity of the source of existence. So there is a perfect, to me, perfect, which someone may argue, because something is against our desires. For example, my desire for eternity is different from my desire for a healthy life, but with no eternity. But my desire for a healthy life for eternity is what I am. So we shouldn't confuse that. Something is given to me in order to search for the source of existence of anything that I like. For example, I don't like diseases. Why? Through this disliking, I am looking for health. I don't like injustice. Through this disliking, I am looking for a source of justice which is eternal. So I have to look for the source of existence of my feeling or my liking justice for eternity. For eternity. The confusion that we usually fall into, we really don't appreciate. For example, the existence of hunger in order to look for food and experience feeding, nourishment. So, for example, we don't really appreciate the sense of or the feeling of dislike of something smelling nasty or harmful food, poisonous food, so that we don't usually, we just criticize it, we don't like it. We are mostly following the shortcut, immediate result, not the ultimate result. That's the human weakness. That's what we need, if you like. I'm jumping into religious field now. Guidance. Why don't I like illness? Why don't I like transient world? Why don't I like old age or death? We have to question this. Where did I get all these senses that I don't like, all these things I listed? What is the reason in their existence? We don't question. In us. We need what? Eternity in health, eternity in existence, eternity in life, eternity in youth, etc. That's why if we are somehow satisfied, not absolutely maybe, but somehow satisfied that something is interesting going on in this world, something interesting, and it cannot be accidental, those perfect things that we are experiencing cannot be accidental, even nothing. I don't know what the shape of the ear I'm seeing in this gentleman's head is not accidental. Ask an ear, those doctors who are really expert on hearing, if there was no shape, this particular shape, they would say that you would have lots of problems. But who is shaping them? The cells themselves? Ask them, what are they? How did they come into existence? You understand? No. There must be something in the existence of all these things around me. So at least there is a probability that there is a conscious being behind the existence of this world. Eh? So let's investigate this. How we can make sure, and what does it require from this creator or from this belief in the creator? What should I expect from it? And if this existence is the choice of a conscious creator, and if my existence also is the choice of a conscious creator, and my expectations for a perfect life is the choice of my creator, there must be a reason behind it. And I have to put myself into the test, right? Am I really seeing this or not? I think the subject of this text we are reading nowadays, we are trying to read, but every sentence takes 1 hour to really go in deep meaning. So what your probability at at least probability that there is a conscious being behind the existence of this universe, this being or my existence. What's going on then if this probability is correct? At least, what's going on? Does it make sense at the end? And does it make a complete sense for me that my maker has made everything deliberately on purpose for me in order to know him better? That is what I understand from consciousness or insight, as it is translated here, of belief. Requires us to concentrate deeply. The common disease, I don't see any common disease really. This is we have to be very careful here. Denying God totally and saying that this universe exists by itself, forget about it, eternal is like that, none of my business. If you can bear it, go ahead with it. I can't. I'm an intelligent being as much as I can, not as much as you, but somehow I question it's this. Question, what is this? Why this room is set in this way? I question that much at this. So why I am as I am? Why am I as I am? Sorry, the question is this. Why? I am a self-conscious being. It's so important. I'm a self-conscious being. I am aware of my own existence. I am aware of the existence of my qualities as well. And I am aware of the quality to ask questions and question what is going on in my existence and in my in my circle. Yeah, in my environment. I'm aware of all this. And I cannot say that I happen to be like this accidentally as an intelligent man. But the conclusion I usually take, which is more dangerous than being atheist, if you like, more dangerous than being atheist. The atheists took a stand and they know that what they are doing is a little bit shaky, not very trusted. We don't know. That's why most of the atheists prefer to be agnostics. That's safer. Agnosticism is the laziest way to get away from the problems, the human problems, and get away from the consciousness. Agnosticism, I don't know, I'm not sure really. Let me have my tea. That's it. It's all simplistic. You have to deal, you have to go on the problems, you have to ask question upon question. So, okay, people, that's why people cannot stand atheism, because it has a big challenging attitude, actually, very challenging, saying that we are nothing, meaningless beings. Oh man, I am looking for meaning for everything, but myself, I am meaningless. No, it doesn't seem to be. But if I say yes, if I say there is a creator, etc., then I'm going to be like those, primitive people who are religious. I don't want to like them. I don't want to go to church or mosque. Yep, it's not. This thing also here, extra, to try to sell them free. Okay. Atheists, very painful, really painful. Atheism is really painful. Can you imagine making a conclusion saying that I'm sure I am meaningless? I happen to be like that, haphazardly, accidentally. How can you sleep? Meaningless lie, purposeless lie. But human being is equipped with the quality to ask for purpose, to meaning. Contradiction, unbearable. So, what do we do? Let's take this one as well. Okay. Yeah. What do? Escape. Escape into agnosticism. It's a sweet, comfortable, you know, the comfort zone of the unbelievers. Believers have their own comfort zone as well. We'll come there. So this is our comfort zone, the comfort zone of the unbelievers. So it is difficult, and also really agnosticism is not the solution. We know that. I don't know. I don't care. What does it mean? You care everything, you know. If something happens to you, you care. Yeah, so what do you mean by when it comes to questioning the origin of your existence? I don't care. But when it comes to the questioning the origin of your income, you care. Yeah, or taking the precautions for your expected retirement, you care. That's how we are. It's contradiction. Okay, that's their problem. I hope it's not our problem. Is it your problem? He doesn't know. He's an agnostic. I'm joking. Just a minute. Of course, you carry it. So, what? This is not very dangerous. This is obvious to me. We shouldn't really spend time on it. It's obvious. What is dangerous for us, who are somehow convinced about there must be a creator? That's very dangerous. Just saying that, yeah, there is a creator. I believe in the creator, right? And he's God. I worship him. I don't worship anybody else. Okay, I solved the problem. Now, I solved the problem. And as agnostics hide behind the hypocrisy of, I will call it, atheists hide behind the hypocrisy of agnosticism, the believers also hide behind the hypocrisy of, I believe in God. He is the creator, and done. The same thing. That's the agnosticism of the believers. It means, of course, God is supreme. You cannot think about him. You cannot really imagine what he is. Seems to be correct. Okay, then. So what am I going to do now? Blindly follow religion, as I found. Where in my environment? If I'm born in a Muslim community, I become a pious Muslim. If I was born into a Christian community, I become a pious Christian. Yeah, I give money, donate to church. Yeah, take care of the business of the church and also business of the mosque, whatever. I am the community leader. I am the president of the Muslim community here in this area. Alhamdulillah, I take care of the problems of my Muslim brothers. Do you know who God is? No. Don't think about God. You cannot think about God. You understand the trick? It means take no responsibility as far as your relationship with God is concerned. Just follow the tradition order you hear from the community. That's a kind of believer's agnosticism. Now, if we want to get out of this or not to fall into this trap of believer's agnosticism, so we have to pay attention to this text. So the text says, insight of belief, consciousness, awareness of belief, requires that we are expected to know the existence of the absolutely perfect one. He is absolutely perfect. Is it really? Have I investigated it? Without confusing the way that he made so that I will explore whether the creator of this universe is absolute or not, eternal or not. It's a perfect or not. Is he lacking anything in his qualities? How can I know? By investigating what I have here. Is there anything lacking in knowledge? Shows that the creator is for the creator of the universe or The word I know, forgotten? Is there any sign of it? I have to investigate. It means I have to seriously study the world I am in. This world as it exists. Seriously study. Pay attention and never fall into shortcuts. And never choose the lazy way. As Muslim or believers agnosticism. God knows the best. I don't know. You understand? It's oh, mashallah, what a pious attitude. So I feel that there's a problem there. We have to investigate what is best in the creation and for me also. What's my responsibility there? Which kind of understanding I should develop? That's why we have to question and ask. Never, when the questioning ends, belief comes to an end. Imitation takes over. That's dangerous, isn't it? Is it? Do you find it dangerous? Imitation takes over. But I'm really sure the Quran, definitely, sent by God. I am absolutely sure about it. Have you read it? It's from time to time I read some translations. How can you confirm it if you from time to time you read some parts and say, sure. It means I am agnostic about it. Yeah? We have to question whether you can find the answer or not, but we have to question. So, absolutely perfect one. Come this way. Here, there's a room here. Or there. Shall I make a joke? But that's a joke. Don't take it seriously. I see lots of cups there. The Prophet Muhammad والسلام, used to go to masjid, but before he goes to masjid for prayer with the congregation, he used to say his own personal worship, which is called in fiqh term sunnah. So before you come here, you go to Dunkin' Donuts first. That's your sunnah, and then come to the cook. Not only you, this guy as well. Even you. So there's tea here, but this is not enough. You want coffee. Okay, that's your sunnah. We respect your sunnah. So that if you know that whatever is created has a purpose wisely arranged for me, in order to make me search whether my source of existence is eternal or not. Please, I'm not saying you are not paying attention to me. Everybody's attentive. Only this guy is sleeping. So very attentive. But please pay attention to every word. Whether this source of existence is absolutely perfect. Although I see some things created in this world that I don't like. And I have to see the perfection in their existence in order to help me to get to know my ultimate purpose in existence, which is acknowledging and becoming aware that my creator is absolutely perfect. That's the only way. If the teacher gives you a bad grade because you didn't study, do you think the teacher is angry with you and punishing you? Or do you think that the teacher is giving you the hint that you have not prepared properly? So you know that, for example, if a teacher gives 100, A plus to all students, what do you do? What do you expect from the class? A plus, everybody. Now, when I was a teacher of Islamic culture, Islamic culture. Secular state allows me to teach Islamic culture. So, okay. And I said, every Muslim has the right to get 50% because you are a Muslim, 50%. And if you study and get 20%, it means your grade is 70. Oh, the students are really happy. So it is a lazy way. It's not realistic. So it is for the teenagers. I think there is no teenager among us. So we don't expect that. We have to investigate. We have to be serious. We have to make developments in our humanity. Progress, inshallah. That's what we expect, inshallah. So if I question everything happens to me, from where? From existential point of view. I understand that there is a purpose in its existence, and this purpose helps me, my need for the eternally perfect one, not to lose myself, helps me not lose myself in satisfying myself within this temporary world. Don't lose yourself in the work, but see the perfection of the one who made it. So attach your existence not to this world, but to the creator of this world, maker of this world. Anything I make a mistake, and there is a warning, pulls my ear and says, shh, it's wrong. You are not created to lose yourself in the world. We cannot. This is just a mirror. Don't fall into it. I'm using the analogy we used last week. This is just a mirror. Don't lose yourself in the mirror. Look for the one real object which manifests itself in the mirror. That is the real existing object. The thing in the mirror is just a reflection. Don't be attracted by the reflection. Reflection is transient. If the object stops sending the light, mirror has no light. Be careful. Look for the origin of your existence. So when we look for the origin of our existence and become really aware of it, that's why I said don't fall into the trap of believers' agnosticism. No, don't think about it. You don't know. You cannot know. If you start thinking about the source of existence of everything, you become crazy, man. No. Religion is not philosophy. Come on. It means religion means stupidity. Right? That's what is commonly. Am I wrong, really? Am I exaggerating? No?
You're right.
Religion means stability. It means don't think and just follow what you have found in culture.
Well, it doesn't seem about someone doesn't even think about religion or even where they come from or where they're going. It's the same problem.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's
The same agnosticism everywhere, right?
agnostically
Yeah.
whatever environment you're at.
Yeah. We are very, very prone to being carried away by our environmental culture or the culture of the environment. Very prone to it. That's what we need to be warned from time to time. Shh, what are you doing? So from time, everything is okay, and suddenly, my teeth becomes a problem. Yeah. Well, what's happening? No, why is it so? So I never think and thank the health of my teeth. Never think about it. How come that they are there? I really, anytime I brush my teeth, I almost feel laughing at it. What's that is coming out of meat? Very strong bone and very meaningfully arranged. Each one has different shape for the purpose. How can you deny that this is the result of a conscious choice? So anyway, so when you have a toothache, I say that, why God is punishing me? Where did you get this God? Huh? When you were healthy, God wasn't in the picture. Yeah, it was accidental. It's natural. It happens by itself. Huh? When you feel the pain, you start saying that if God was merciful, mhm, look at the logic, very good logic, looks good, was merciful, he wouldn't give me this pain. Especially if it happens to a child. Oh, we scream that, what is the fault of this child? Who said that is the fault of something? Who said? Who said that the toothache is a punishment? Who said that? That's your own conclusion for no reason. It's not nothing happens to us. Do you think that death is punishment? The birth is punishment? Get that we are born into this world? Yeah? Why didn't we serve? Do we complain that why didn't God the merciful we remember? When something happens that we don't like, we remember God and we speak about God. If you listen to those people who speak on I don't know, TV screen somewhere on the program.
Evangelist.
No, the TV speaker with an atheist, they say, when something happens bad, they say, hey, where is God? Hmm? When the Holocaust happened, where was God? When there was no Holocaust, did you ever ask, where is God? Huh? Do you speak about God? No, we don't. We say, okay, thank you. How are you? Good, well, very well. No, I'm doing well. You are not doing well, man. You cannot do well. You are made well. How do you say, I'm doing well? So, unconscious language, meaningless language without realizing what we are saying. So anyways, if we never realize or talk about God when everything is fine, we should never talk about God when something goes wrong. But it is not the case. Even the atheists on the screen, or on the public media, or I don't know, TV shows, etc., they always speak about God comfortably when something seemingly wrong. It means against our will. When they start about the universe, how it is working as they are, they say this is the universe exists eternally, whatever. It has been developing for years and how many billions of years, perfecting itself. There's no God. Yeah, when you show an autistic child, which I love them really, they are very sweet. Autistic, I feel very sympathy about them. I know some of the autistic people, children. So they say, where is God? Why does God torture this innocent child? You said you are working for autistic. You know the autistic children never complain about themselves. Sorry?
They know.
No, do you know that they don't complain? They are happy with their life. Who complains? Their parents. Yeah, you know that. That's what my experience tells me. Whatever. It doesn't mean that to be an autistic or created as autistic is good. No, that's God asked me not to want it. But there is a wisdom in it. Right? So we have to search for it. Why I spoke a lot? Because the following sentence, after the following part of the sentence, we have to know as a result of consciousness of our belief. We are expected to know that the source of existence is the absolutely perfect one. only then we can know that he is absolutely beloved. Do you understand? Now, saying that the universe is created by God does not end or result in loving God. Have you ever thought about it? The universe is created by God is a wholesale conclusion. Does not result in loving God. You can mention or talk consciously about loving God only after realizing that he is the absolutely perfect one. Absolutely perfect one. Even when you have a toothache, unbearable toothache. Can you come this way? Some people are going to use those parts. So somewhere here, there's a room here. Inshallah. Okay, it's all right. Yeah. So they are going to use those parts, and we ask them to allow us to use it until they come and use it. So we may end up maybe a little bit before the expected time. Yeah, 1:45 or somewhere there. So loving God is possible. Let's work on it today. Loving God is only possible when we are sure that this God is a perfect, absolutely perfect one. Do we agree with this, or have we ever thought about it? If someone criticizes something happening in the creation, whatever, volcano erupts or diseases everywhere, I don't know. There is a war, crazy people are killing each other in the name of national or religious, whatever they make up. They have their excuses. So are you sure that the creator of this universe is absolutely perfect? Then you can love God. But if you criticize that what's happening in this world, why God is not really helping me or them, etc. Why does God interfere? That's what we love. When we are in trouble, we want God to interfere. When we are not in trouble, we don't want God to interfere into our business. I must be absolutely free. I must choose as I want. But when I am in trouble, my tooth starts really giving me a pain that unbearable. I said, please God, interfere into my business now. What are we doing? You cannot love this God, which is imaginary. It's not real. It's not your real conclusion. It is just accepted as we found it in our cultural tradition, mostly tradition. They call it narration. Yeah, and it's a scientific word for it. Every people, every nation has its own narration. So it is narrated from my ancestors, and I am following a narration legend. Do you understand that? So these are made up stories. These are not real words, which really makes me search for reality. That's my narration. When I was born in a Muslim community, that's how we live. That's our values. These are our values. These are our values. We respect our ancestors. Oh, man. It's very respectful, man. And also we respect the religion of our ancestors. It's very Eastern culture. Do we know that? Do we feel it? Very Eastern? We respect our ancestors, elderly, and goes into ancestor, and then goes into the culture of the ancestors, and be proud of it. We protect all the museums are there in order to respect their heritage. So we put the source, also the real source, I would say, the Quran, into a museum. Yeah. And leave it there, covered in the showcase. Okay. That is another purpose. I don't deny that. This is not the purpose that we should reject museums. No, no, no. I mean, museums should not be replaced our belief system. Our belief system must be personal. I must come to the conclusion so that if I am convinced about the creator as being absolutely perfect, then I love it. I love him. I love whatever, him, her, it. Doesn't matter. I love the creator. If I am not convinced, I that's my claim. Buy it or not, it's free. I don't charge for it. Talking about love of God is just absurd, meaningless. I don't make sense of it. The president is coming. So stand up, man, in respect. Okay, sit down, sit down. Please. The president comes at the end. No, no, not here. Come towards, as much as towards this way. Okay, thank you. So love of God is an automatic, if you like, or really corollary, the necessary conclusion of the law of, awareness of perfectness. Or yes, his absolute perfectness. Awareness of his absolute perfectness. This is the corollary of we human beings are made only to love which is perfect. Which is perfect. That's why this gentleman at the beginning of today's class was saying the engineer must make it in a way that it should never break. Yeah, but engineer, the purpose of the engineer says, don't think that this machine itself is perfect. I made it perfect. So it gives some clues for us to know, to get to know that the engineer is perfect, not the machine itself. So it helps us not to lose ourselves in, or they call it indulge, by indulging into this world and lose myself and forget about the perfect source of the existence of this world. Come to me. It is a call to recognize him, to acknowledge him. It is a call. The warning is a call for me. Acknowledge him. I have to respect it. I have to go back. Look, for example, if you have a pain in your teeth, what are we expected to do? It's a kind of trick, not a trick, but the kind of two-step process. It's a two-step process. One is, oh, the one who gave the teeth to me in a healthy way and let me enjoy it until today. Now I acknowledge you. You are the one who, again, because you are the absolutely perfect one, you are the one who, again, can give me my health back. That's why we pray God. We say, God, please cure my teeth. What do you mean? What do you mean? God is not a clinic. Go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. No, acknowledgement. I acknowledge thus far, until today, that all health was from you. Now I understand that this pain, to cure the pain, is in your hand again. I love you. If we don't believe really, if you are not convinced about the absolute perfectness of the Creator, we cannot love Him. What we do, we hate when He gives us pain. We start criticizing Him. Where was God? When the tsunami happened, when the First World War happened, or Second World War happened, where was God? Millions of people were killed. Innocent people were killed. Look, this is the love of God. Huh? Can you imagine? It means we didn't know what we are doing. So, love of God is possible only. That's a conclusion. Very simple. Conclusion. Love of God. We can mention only love of God. We can mention love of God only after becoming aware that my source of existence is an absolutely perfect one. How? By investigating. Again, is it the perfect act of creation? Is there anything lacking here? For example, I do something and something happens that, oh, I forgot that. Yeah. Usually we don't say I made a mistake. I said, oh, I forgot. That's the escape from taking the responsibility. I forgot that. I don't say that it was my mistake, usually. But I forgot that. So do you think whatever is happening here, the creator of the universe has forgot what he has created? Any sign of forgetfulness? Huh? In the creation, it's deliberately done. That's why we have hospitals. That's why we have medical studies. Why? Try to see the rule, the order in the existence of the diseases. Because it is not the result of forgetfulness. It is a deliberate act of creation. There's a purpose there, perfect order in diseases. When you find the order in diseases, you look for the cure again within the universe. Provided. The cure is provided. In the universe, investigate it. You start discovering one by one, one by one. It is a sign that, look, the one who gives me headache provided the cure for it in the root of a plant. For example, oh, what's going on? Who provided all this or prepared all this order? Do you think it is the result of forgetfulness or shortcoming, negligence, or a purpose act of creation? What is he really, what is the creator really hinting to me by creating 95% good, 5% not that I like? But deliberately done this 5% as well. Okay, I think love of God requires consciousness of belief. Agreed? Who would like to read the second sentence? Come on, let's give it a try, would you?
Sure.
And the innate person's love for his essence is satisfied. Okay, it's true through the insight of belief. My intense love for his essence, that I need an eternal owner for myself, so I can trust that is my insurance company. That's my insurance company because I belong to the eternal insurance company that insures the whole universe. Ah, my existence is there too. So whatever he does, I accept because it is from him. I know that. It is for my benefit. Okay.
How do you understand his essence? The quality of absolutely perfect one.
Now, not the essence of his existence. Sure for you, not getting the knowledge of essence. Now, we always say this and we will say it. We are saying, I'm going to say it and we will say it because this is the common mistake that we observe prevalent in the minds of the people. knowledge is not belief. So you can believe that such an essence, which is absolutely perfect, but you cannot know the essence itself because it is absolute. So these kind of questions are legitimate questions. I don't get angry. I only get angry if this guy asks the question, not no one else. So it's nothing to do with anger. It's a very legitimate question, but it means that we are still using the concept of the culture, communal culture. I mean, Muslim community culture. Unfortunately. Is there any way to get out of it? It takes years. It's not easy. It's very easy to follow the culture for everyone. If you go to, I don't belittle them. They are respectful people for me. The people who live in jungles, yeah, at least they are not harming the jungle. We do go there and bring civilization and destroy the forests, perfect the air and pollute the atmosphere. But those people are innocent. So what was the point? Yeah, they follow their culture easily, right? Even in so-called civilized, developed societies, civilizations, follow their own culture. Just follow. It's easy. Don't you think? It's easy.
Not really.
It's just to follow the culture. Although it disturbs you, yeah, but your conscience, but just do as the others do. It's easy. But as the prophets rise in a community, what they do? What do they do?
Challenge them.
They challenge the culture. That is the most difficult job, to challenge the culture. Whatever the culture is, challenge it. Because if the culture is right, I don't think, but practically speaking, I don't think there is no such right culture, but they are all polluted. But even it was, you have to challenge it and then confirm it. You have to say, is it really right? And because, again, belief is personal. You have to establish your own belief. You cannot borrow your belief. You cannot inherit your belief. You can inherit the encyclopedia or encyclopedia. You cannot inherit your belief. Never forget this. So, belief is different from knowledge. Knowledge is not belief. Inheriting the Muslim culture, Christian culture, of course, Christian culture is the best culture for Christians. Jewish culture is almost the best culture, not almost, definitely the best culture for Jews. Hindu culture is the best culture for Hindus, yeah? So what is the difference? Muslim culture is the best culture for Muslims. The same. You have to question it. And then you can confirm it, you can reject it. But after questioning it, for God's sake, without questioning, you never go anywhere. It is not your belief. Your belief is your conclusion, not imitation. Say that, I believe in the Quran. Because it was my almost latest experience. Somebody told me that he believes in the Quran. Absolutely sure. No question. Definitely. Have you ever read the Quran? I said, of course. Well, when we have time, from time to time I read the translation of it. Be honest. How many? What is the percentage of the Quran you have read so far? 10? 20? No. 15? Okay. How can you say that I believe all of it really correct? And
But
true.
even if, I mean, I don't really think that the amount of reading the Quran does any good necessarily. I mean,
But
people read it all the time and they don't think about it.
no. Yeah. I mean, are you aware that it is true and confirm it? No. So it is easier to say it like that. So your question goes into the difference between knowledge and iman, belief. So the answer is there. You cannot think about the essence of anything in terms of knowledge, but are you sure that this universe has a creator and this creator has never fails in anything? Are you absolutely sure? Look at the universe and come to a conclusion. Make a decision for yourself. That's your iman. So we never talk about knowledge of essence. Okay, that's your turn. So,
Am I reading?
yeah.
So we finished the first sentence.
Yeah.
And through perceiving through the insight of belief, the eternally enduring one's eternal existence, the perfections of the universe and of mankind are known and exist, and one's natural infatuation with perfection is saved from endless pains and becomes the means to pleasure and enjoyment.
Did you understand the sentence? Somehow?
I'll have to break it down, I think.
Okay, read it again or break it down into small phrases. Yeah?
Okay. And through
Do it, make it aloud. So we
Okay.
will go along with your thought, actually.
Okay. That's dangerous. I don't know if you want to do that.
Okay. Make mistakes. It's beautiful. We learn only through our mistakes. Yeah?
And through perceiving through the insight of belief, the eternally enduring one's eternal existence. Did I read that right?
So we covered that, huh?
Yeah.
Because we are saying that if we are aware of it, only then we can love God.
Okay.
But if we are aware of it, okay.
The perfections of the universe and of mankind are known and exist. And one's okay, so the perfections of the universe and of mankind are known and exist.
So make the sentence upside
That's
down.
what I was going to say. It seems backwards to me
Yeah.
a little bit. So
Yeah.
through observing the universe and
Mhm.
I mean, mankind's obviously part of the universe, but it's a
Yeah.
specific, interesting part of the universe, I suppose.
Exactly.
If you confirm or if you feel that they are perfect in some nature,
Mhm.
then that would reinforce your belief, or it would lead you to the conclusion that an eternally enduring one
Is also
is, I don't know,
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah. It means if you don't see the perfection in your existence, if we don't see the perfection in our existence, if we criticize something, then if we are not aware of the perfection in their existence of in the existence of the things that we are not happy, then we cannot say that the creator of the universe is perfect.
I understood the opposite of this.
Okay, say it.
Because it says here, and through perceiving, so perceiving through the insight of belief, which we defined before as being the consciousness of the creator's existence and the perfection of that creator.
Mm.
Then and only then we will see the perfection in ourselves and in the universe.
I actually agree.
It goes,
Yeah.
It goes back and forth, both. Because if you say that this universe seems to be perfect, you come back to, but there is something, according to my expectations, wrong going on here. So think about again, go back. Do you think it is the lack of interest, lack of knowledge, lack of power or something that is the reason for it? And when you investigate it, no, it is perfectly orderly. The diseases are orderly happenings. They are not accidental. So you go back again. Oh, the creator is telling me that he knows what he's doing, and try to see what's the wisdom in it. That's why we have been given the intelligence to make this question and answer, as if providing feedback for each other.
It is interesting, though, that mankind is specifically mentioned here, because it is, to me, one of the most challenging things are the actions of people, and to try to like contextualize that in a perfect order. So it's interesting that, as Ihab said, that there is some sort of stage of confirmation of belief before, maybe, and then you really can go back and forth and really see maybe a different angle of
Fill in the gaps a
humanity.
little bit.
Yeah.
So fill in the so that it makes sense to you in its entirety, the relationship between the universe and its maker. Because you cannot really make an straightforward reasoning. Of course, it is right to say that this universe seems to be made, so it is a maker. That's all right. The reason is okay, but is it enough? It's not. Almost nothing. Yeah, almost nothing. So, the perfections of the universe and mankind are known and exist. So, once we mentioned this actually, very recently, if I don't love, if I am not convinced about the perfection of the Creator, I cannot really see the perfection in creation. It is a sign of it. It's a sign of it that I didn't see the perfection in creation. That's why I don't conclude that the Creator is perfect. As we just said, they support each other. So if I see that the Creator is not perfect, how can I expect in this universe that the universe will be perfect, or expect it to be perfect in a way so that I will work for it? But I cannot make it. So if I am not, I'm not very clear, I know. The sentence is not really completely consistent. If I am not happy with my Creator and love my Creator so that his work, I love his work, then I cannot love the other part of his work. Do you see what I mean? It means if I don't love my own existence, I don't love the existence of my friend or another person. So if I don't respect myself, I don't respect him as well. So false claims usually saying that Allah, I love human beings, etc. You don't love yourself. Why do you love them? Because my mistakes are the sign of imperfection. So their mistakes are the sign also are sign of imperfection. And how can you love as human beings imperfection? We cannot love imperfections. So what we do, we turn the reasoning around. We have to love each other with our mistakes. Oh, I understand this. That's correct. Our mistakes. Do we notice that? Our mistakes. It's quite normal. You cannot ask a question, get a right answer straight away. It is impossible. So you have to make some mistakes and learn from your mistakes. So we respect other people's mistakes, but it's related to us. But I love the person with his or her own mistakes, because it is the way he is created, that it will, so that he or she will make progress in understanding the perfect Creator. Do you understand this? The perfection of the Creator. We are not perfect. We are in need of perfect. So if I am not perfect, which is the case, it is fine. Because I'm not saying I am perfect or I'm going to be perfect. I have to only say I am in need of perfection. I have to admit that. Look for it, search for it. If you do the same thing, let's work together. So I can love you with your imperfections. Only then I can love you with your imperfections. If I understand my imperfections is the way to go to perfection, to search for the perfection, to find the perfection.
What do you mean by you're not perfect? I mean, you got two arms, you got a head, you got
No.
2 feet.
You make mistakes, don't you? I think you brought your granddaughter. Is it right or wrong? Am I misleading?
Yeah,
Am I
but that's
some-
to
and
make a
ask her-
mistake
ask
is
her how
perfect.
many-
It's perfect.
Sorry?
To make a mistake is perfect. I mean, what do you?
Yeah. Yeah. But we, the existence of the ability to make mistakes is perfect. But we have to try to get over it.
You get over it.
Yeah, try to get over it. That's why I have to love, or let me talk about myself. You have to love me with my imperfection. If you love yourself in your imperfection, because you are created with this quality to make progress through imperfection. Do you understand? We studied this. We can, I mean, maybe back 6 months ago or something, we studied that, maybe for more than this. We can only find the eternity through temporariness, transience. If there was no transience, there would be no way to find eternity. So if there was no imperfection in my being, I would never find the perfection in my creator. That's the process. That's how we learn. If I had never experienced what ignorance is, I would never learn anything. Because what is ignorance? No, there's no such thing. Learning is impossible. So through the ignorance and through being disturbed by being ignorant of something, that we learn. That's the urge. That's the motivation I gain from. I shouldn't be ignorant of it. I should learn. This is the progress. For example, I am temporary, I am transient, and I don't like transience. How can I get rid of it? I look for this for solution. That's perfect. So God says in the Quran, that's beautiful, actually. Don't despair of my mercy. If you have done anything wrong, we call it sinning. Don't despair of my mercy. It means through sinning you learn, utilize it. Through sinning you understand that your Creator is perfect and calling you, come to me, acknowledge me, and I forgive you. Why? He created me with the ability to learn through mistakes. So making mistakes is not wrong. So don't we say that, sinning is innate and somebody must be, or something must happen that redeem us from this mistake. No. Sinning is beautiful, if you like. Sinning is not a mistake. So I don't want to be redeemed from sinning. But I have to utilize it. I have to use it so that I will ask for forgiveness. This is the most beautiful thing, is to seek the forgiveness of your Creator. I am wrong. I make mistakes. Please accept me as a mistaken and as a wrongdoer. Your creature is a wrongdoer creature. Accept me as I am. I acknowledge you through my shortcomings. It's beautiful. Seeking refuge. When you sin, the first thing what you should do, hit your head against the wall? No. That's my nature. Yeah? That's my nature. That's my weakness. And go back to God and say that, please support me. You are the one who can support me only. So use it. as a stepping stone. No jumping what a board. Use it as a jumping board to get to know, to get closer to God. Okay, right?
How are we doing time?
Let's go. No, they will count 45. Okay.
I think someone had a question.
One question, somebody? I don't have eyes here. The one. No. I know. I understand. But let me make my typical joke. I am a man. I am not a woman. If I was a woman, I would see everything, leaving behind. But I am a man, only see in front of me. That's the difference. That's why women are more perfect than men. Is it or not?
Yes, we are.
So we have 2 eyes to see front. They have 2 eyes to see 6 sides. Right?
I don't think
back.
that's true.
Why do you
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
always scared whenever I walk behind her.
Yeah.
She always gets surprised. She doesn't know.
Look closely. Look at the case closely. If you have something in your mind a little bit, and if you are not married and there is another one, definitely reads your mind. Definitely. Watch out. Yeah, you cannot hide anything from ladies. But then you can hide everything from men. When men are cross creatures. Okay.
It seems like we're being given a formula of through recognizing patterns of seeing perfection, being able to connect that with the creator of perfection. And so the formula that's being presented now is offering a way to be saved from endless pains,
Mm-hmm.
which is very calling, right?
Yeah.
So the mankind aspect that was talked about is in my opinion, what I find subjects, at least me, to pains, because our desire for perfection in witnessing this type of attitude or feelings towards our maker, not being able to share that with our maybe close family or friends or whatever. I think sometimes that the pains come there because of our inability to really affect or change anything. So here we are being asked to use mankind and the existence and everything to save ourselves from endless pains. And I think that the last thing that we said is being in need of God. So that means that we can always recognize at the end of the day that you are in need through your connections with mankind and through your inability to really change things that are happening. You're always needy. But I think the last part of the sentence becomes the mean to pleasure and enjoyment. That becomes hard because you want perfection and you seek perfection, i.e. harmony with what you know to be true. And then when you don't experience that, that's a cause of pain. But if you, I mean, at least I'm seeing like a hard way to connect those things, like a cause of pain, recognizing that you're needy and that's why you feel pain. You can't change anyone or you can't affect anyone, and even your own consistency within yourself. So then you can comfortably say, I'm needy. But I don't know, through that neediness, can you use that to find pleasure and enjoyment? Because I feel like through that neediness, sometimes it manifests as a pain.
So how do you find pleasure and enjoyment through your neediness? By referring it to the existence of the eternally or absolutely perfect one. So you can say, yes, I cannot stop wars. I cannot stop exploitation. No one can. I mean, in this world. Yeah, Prophet Muhammad was they say the most successful man to change the society. As soon as he died, they started fighting each other. It's not easy. It's the job. Wherever human beings are, so we cannot stop it. But the pain is with us always. How can I get rid of this pain? Use the pain, and by using our inability, saying that, look, I am in need of the perfect one. Because excuse me, excuse me, we have to question what? One thing, whole life, never forget this, existence of everything, anything you are concerned with. You have a pain, question the existence of your pain. You want to get rid of the pain, question the existence of this one thing. Question, how come that I want to get out of this pain? Why? Don't say natural. No, nothing happens natural. It exists. It's a phenomenon. It's a quality. It's a quality. How do you attribute the existence of this quality to anything? What's the,
Given that, it's innate.
sorry?
It's innate in me. That's been given
To me, given to you. By whom? For what? Yeah, you have to question. We have to question. By whom? For what purpose? So I am feeling the pain, what is happening, because of seeing what is the transgressions, exploitations, or political maneuvers, or all sorts of tricks. So you don't know what is behind the screen. You find another screen behind another screen, and you realize that there is another screen even behind it. There are lots of things that are played. These human beings, they are very clever creatures. So we fail in solving the source of pain in this world. So I need to solve it. Why do you think? How that I have this source, I have this need to solve my problems. How? I have to question this. Where did I get this feeling? Right? So through questioning this need for solving the pains, I found the purpose in its creation, which is perfect, calling me. That's a call. Calling me. You need perfect peace in your existence. You cannot provide it. The one who gave you this need for perfect peace, need for perfect peace, is promising. He is the one who does it. So this is the word of learning. And when you graduate from the school of what? NYU? School of life. School of life. You are being educated here. When you graduate, when you get graduations, your degree, then your creator will say, okay, did you acknowledge your source? Now your source, not after you graduate. Now you know that. You know that the source of existence of this need for a perfect peace in existence is promising me. Then you say, of course I cannot find peace in this world, because this world is not the source of peace. This is a created thing. The creator of this source is asking me to acknowledge him.
So you cannot
To-
find
Hmm?
peace in this existence. You cannot find like a
Any
You cannot
solution
be like-
from itself, from the created things, whatever they are, matter or whatever they are.
but you can still find satisfaction in your existence here. Are these
But
two different things?
You can Let's go step by step.
Okay.
Say it. You can still find some satisfaction in your existence in which condition? As it is, or
By attributing it to,
because you cannot find in your I cannot find satisfaction in my own existence because my cells are telling me that you are going to die. And I want eternal perfection. So through this news, I say, oh, nothing can satisfy me in this world. But the creator, the organizer, the orderer or of this universe or this existence is letting me know that he is the source of peace.
So everything's in order.
Yeah, everything is in order. This action also tells me
so my satisfaction is also through him.
through him.
Through him.
If it
the
is
order.
not through him, there is no satisfaction. And since there is no satisfaction in the universe itself, it means my sense of desiring satisfaction is suspended. There is no answer to it in this world. Why is it there? Why do I have this sense? Where did I get this sense? For what? Because I didn't create it, and my cells cannot create this one. They don't know. That's the mystery. Okay. The mystery means we have to solve. It's not unsolvable. We have to solve. Only through the creator. That's why we are in the school, learning who my creator is, who my owner is, who the owner of my existence is. Yeah. We don't have much time.
So it
They are
seems like-
respecting us waiting, yeah.
It seems like what we're saying that that similar to how our understanding of realizing our creator is through negation. It seems like our yearning for peace or need for perfection can only be saved through recognizing that it's not possible in this world.
Yeah, sorry, I was there. I missed your. Yeah, you can.
Is it okay if we just set up?
Of course, of course.
Of course, and we will leave soon, very soon.
Take your time. We have about another half an hour.
No, we know what we are going to do. Very soon, we will let you feel free. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you. We appreciate that. Yes, okay.
No, so I was going to say that it seems like the way that we can come to realize the fact that there's a creator in this world is through negation. In the same way, our need for perfection and peace can only be realized through understanding that it's not possible to experience lasting peace in this world. That's how you can be saved
It
from it, to
means-
realize that it's not.
Yeah, it's not possible. It doesn't mean that we should fall into despair. This is not the point. The point is the source of peace, source of perfection that human beings are seeking is not this created world. It is not the source of it. That's it. Very simple. We always conclude our discussion with what? This word is the word of training for La ilaha. This is not the source of anything. That's so simple. La ilaha means no, there is God. I see. It means nothing is the source of its own existence in this world. Right? This is a very gross translation. There is no God, is meaningless translation. Yeah, but of course, verbally, literally, it sounds so. But we have to read the sentences or the phrases of the Quran. This is the Quranic word within its own context. So in the context, you cannot say there is no God. You have to always say, God represents what? The source of existence of this universe. So you have to say there is no source of existence of this universe within this universe. Nothing can be the creator of its own self. Sure, that's what we are learning here. The peace cannot be expected from this world. Expected from God, and connecting yourself to God, acting in His name, you can make peace. Do you understand? If I act on my own name, there is no peace, no possibility for peace in the world. Only acknowledging that we are created beings, then the peace becomes possible, because we all submit to Him. We have to go through God by ascribing our existence to our Creator and acknowledging that I cannot establish peace here, but my Creator can, because my desire for peace is to be practiced in His name, not in my name. If someone wants to establish the peace in the world in his own name, what they do what Hitler did, they do what Stalin did, they do what other dictators did. They want to establish the peace in their own name. They can't themselves. But in the name of God, submit your whims, submit your ambitions to Him. I cannot do it. I am a created being. With the permission of my created being, I have to follow Him. He says, be just, even it is against you. Right? That is what we learn from Him. And if I submit myself to Him, stop imposing my own ambitions, then the peace is possible. It means God says, come to me, acknowledge me, act in my name, not in your own self. Because in your being as created beings, there's no peace. Peace is me. Okay? I think the last question, and then we'll close.
I just wanted to say, like, I just remember the verse from Quran where it says, God is not changing the condition of human being unless they strive for it themselves, right? So I wonder whether we're doing the same thing like agnostics do and saying, or atheists do, like, where is God when this bad thing happens? And while we're perceiving for perfection, ascribing it to an imperfect world, but it's also the responsibility of the oppressed to have a dialogue with the oppressor, acknowledging God and acknowledging their own innate abilities to be freed. So I wonder whether just giving a blanket statement that this is an imperfect world, are we falling into this same trap of an atheist saying, where is God when this happens? Because the reality is, has the oppressed examined his own existence?
It's a beautiful last comment and a question, but a comment-like question. It reminded me the mission of the prophets. What do the prophets do? What do? They come to the society and they prepare the ground and the reason for the people so that they will change themselves. Through changing themselves, they will stop oppression. So they don't say that, the prophets don't come here and say that you stop oppression, otherwise I will kill you or do something harmful to you. They say, no, I don't do anything. I cannot do anything. The prophet's attitude, I cannot do anything. But I am here only warning you that you should change yourself. Let's define your own existence. Can you really be the source of your own existence, or are you a created being? That's why the first verses of the Quran reveal, inshallah. First verses of the Quran usually reminds what? Transience of this world. Everything is dependent. This world is a transient place. You cannot think that you are eternally going to be here. You cannot really act on your own name. You cannot declare your independence. You are all dependent beings. Your existence depends on your creator. That's the reminder. Only then, if the people, oppressors in the society, makes a transformation or change in their existence, in their understanding, the peace becomes possible. The oppressed people will be released. That's why the oppressed people follow the prophets first, because it's easy for them to follow the prophets. Oppressors fight against it because difficult to leave the authority that they assumed or obtained.
They think they're God.
Yeah. So that's why the prophets are the people who try to help their enemies by providing them the means to change them for good. Do you get it? Their enemies, they are there not to destroy their enemies. No, this is not a prophetic mission. The prophetic mission is to help the enemies to get out of their mistakes, to correct them. That is the meaning of love your enemy. Because only changing the oppressor's mindset, you can relieve them or help them live behind being an oppressor. Otherwise, they wouldn't. That's why they keep hitting people, sending bombs on innocent people, killing them, and they still that I am the ruler. They never leave easily. Today, some of them are killed, only then the dictators move away. Otherwise, they wouldn't go away easily. That's why this is not the way to hit them, to teach them. Oppression is wrong. Why? Because you are not God. You are not the decision maker. You have to submit yourself to your God. That's a good point. Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum an alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. بحرمة سر سورة